get started, thank you.
Hi John, morning, how are you?
How are we doing, Will?
Just, I suppose it's sunk in a little bit of reflection on the performance against the Belgians. Very overall happy?
Yeah, exactly. Look, we can talk about players playing, not playing and stuff, but the big thing for us was what we focused on beforehand, mainly ourselves. Obviously you touch on the opposition, but what we asked from the players, getting the biggest chances in the game, getting the best chances in the game, and our three main attackers obviously had probably our three best chances as well, so just obviously a little bit frustrating that we didn't get the goal.
It was one of the most pleasing points for you as an ex-defender, a clean sheet.
Yeah, look, that was Dara, I'm sure will tell you, a bit of the focus from the start of the week was being compact, being solid, and obviously having that aggression and compactness high up the pitch as well. That when we were attacking, there's a few great images we were able to show the lads of how aggressive our last defender was, almost halfway inside their half at different stages in the game too. So yeah, we knew we were going to have to be compact in our own box, just outside our own box at different stages in the game too. But when we were attacking, we had that intent to go with speed and hurt Belgium, and we did at times.
With a little bit more time, do you think you said to me that you were very pleased to see Chedosi's chance in the opening few minutes? It's something you've worked on. A little bit more time, do you feel that more of those sort of movements could be encouraged into this side? We saw the pressing from the front three as well, how well that worked, and that you can really mould this side into a winning team. Yeah,
look, that's what we spoke about too, and not just with the players. I spoke to you beforehand about this group of players being so close to winning big games. And you create big chances like that normally the players will take, and then the confidence you get on the back of that gets you over the line in a big game. But the key foundation of that will be the clean sheet as well. And
there's goals in this team when you look at the players we have now, the players' form, maybe not heaven at the moment, but the likes of Adamida, Sammy Tronics, there is goals. You just need to try and bring that into, that's one of the final things.
Yeah, exactly, and it will always be the case, whatever team or whatever team selected. And as I mentioned before, in terms of the squad, where the squad are in terms of at their clubs, the form that they're in, that will always be the case at international level. It's strange that you might have, or rare that you might have everyone coming in absolutely buzzing. There'll always going to be one or two that are, as we mentioned before, banging form, or some needing a little bit of luck to go their way to get back scoring goals again.
Dave?
John, you seem to be very relaxed in this role since you've come into it. Has it been what you expected, and has anything in particular surprised you in the role?
No, well, I wouldn't say surprised me as such. It's obviously you're working in football since I finished playing, in terms of planning and hoping that you get a chance to manage one day. That's what I've kind of always said. But obviously my idea from the start was to learn the ropes in terms of being assistants to different coaches, different managers, and hopefully then eventually to get the chance to lead a team myself. So I wouldn't say there's surprises as such, but it's just a different challenge, and obviously you're the one to have to make that decision on the 11, on the squad to pick, and what way we're going to go about it, with the advice of a very good support network around you.
And just on that, the importance of your team, your management team, has obviously come to the fore as well.
Well, that's the key bit. That's the key. That's the idea. You have a team around you, and that's what we stressed in terms of the team itself that's picked, the players supporting them, the backup that they gave their teammates the other night was amazing too. So you put that combination together, and you hope you have enough to get over the line in games.
And if you are to, pass the baton and hand over the role to whoever is coming in, what would you say to them in terms of the squad that they are inheriting?
Well, what I'd be just focusing on now is the last game against Switzerland for me, in terms of what my focus was on right from the start when this kind of process happened. 2 games, John, focus on that, get the best from the boys, bring this group together in terms of with the staff, getting the lads to know my staff as quickly as possible, and getting the kind of bond together quickly to go into 2 games where you're going to face challenges, but 2 games where you can be getting good results as well.
Do you think that, finally for me, that international friendlies still serve a purpose, because obviously there's less international friendlies now because of the Nations League. But do you still think there is a benefit to maybe club players or whatever in friendlies rather than competitive games?
Yeah, well, look, that will always. It's the case for me. Was my remit was look focused on these 2 games. If my remit beforehand was, John, you're the full-time new manager, it might be a different situation. But the kind of focus for me was these 2 games, John. Look after those 2 games and see what happens then.
Nathan.
Hi John, could you just update us on the squad for tomorrow? Injuries, the players have come in, and your sort of approach in terms of, I guess, a lot of the lads' important games for their clubs coming up at the weekend as well?
Yeah, look, it's thankfully pretty much a clean bill of health for everyone. Obviously, a few lads a little bit leggy, a few little bumps, tight muscle areas, and we'll need a bit of extra attention in, say, training today. And but I think that's, as I mentioned, pretty much Andy Moran and obviously Joe Hodge joined in a little bit of training yesterday, and we're very good. So, look, all in a good spot, really, Nathan.
Dara, when you look back to the last management team, you obviously played 3 at the back quite a bit there as well. What were the differences though between, say, a John O'Shea team and a Stephen Kenny team in terms of how you were expected to play as defenders?
I think this week's been very clear since we come in how we wanted to play, and like the manager has said, how we wanted to be compact and not let them play through us, and also have that aggressive side to us. Want to go and press up higher in the pitch and be comfortable in them higher positions. And it's worked well really all week in training. I think we saw that again in the game on Saturday against Belgium. There was some good moments and key moments where we pressed them up high and saw things that we wanted to do and keep on doing. But again, like I said, it was quite easy for us at the back, with the responsibility we were given to step in and to always be comfortable at the back there, having an extra body, but also going in up high and winning the ball.
John, what's next for you after this? What are you going to do?
I'd rather see my family and kids, see my wife and kids, first and foremost. But football, look, let's wait and see, Nathan. Hopefully there'll be a few things happening, but ultimately I'll be going back. It's Easter holidays for my kids, so we'll wait and see. We'll do something with them and then get back into the swing of things in terms of going to football games and watching games and a few conversations here and there, I'm sure.
I'm kidding. Hi John. Mark Hannon was fairly clear with us a few weeks ago that you're the interim boss and there's someone coming in April. Has anything changed in the last couple of weeks from your point of view?
Not from my point of view, no, Gavin. As I said, the main focus has been on these 2 games to really get that experience in terms of leading a team, organising staff, organising training players, the whole surroundings about it, getting that experience under my belt, and I really enjoyed it.